Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beta Plan and this is Europa Universalis 4 where we are playing as Ryazan, trying to form Russia. And well, I found out something which causes this day to be different because during such a pop-up as this, well, you cannot really save. So in the last episode, when this popped up, I went on ahead and then found out something about Europa Universalis 4. This is why I need you guys to help me out and comment, because if you are at war, you cannot put in a rivalry, but we can do it right now before we go to war. So now we put in Muscovy, and now that we've rivaled Muscovy, they will break the alliance, but the fact that that happens means that we are going to have a peace timer with them, as you can see there shortly. Well, because I had to reload, because that was so vital to our plans that we don't have a peace timer with Muscovy, that I have to admit, I now have my troops in a little bit of a better position than we originally had, although, of course, we had troops in that area already. But yeah, with that, we are able to basically start sieging, in the name of Muscovy, Novgorod a little earlier. And the more we siege from them, the better it is for us, I reckon, because that means they can take less. Now, it would still be possible that after that, Muscovy is going to attack them later on and I won't be able to aid, but the more we slow down Muscovy, the better it is for us. I don't know about you, by the way, but something about this after-action report apparently allows me not to say the wrong name all over again. Because, yes, it's going to be for another 4 episodes in after-action report, because I was super enthusiastic about this game, and thus I wanted to play along and along. So I recorded quite a bit, and then hola-die, hola-dio, all the sounds is wrong. Yeah, this Blue Yeti Nano that I have, excellent microphone. It's clearly picking up my voice a lot clearer, but it is also so good, maybe? I don't actually know what terms this, but it had so much crackling in the voice, what have you not. I guess I had done the HyperX, which is I don't know how to say that. Like, I still have the headphone on. I'm still using the headset, the headphone part of it, but I'm not using the microphone part of it anymore because, well, that's busted. But yeah, the mic was apparently adapted to my voice, or I don't know what, but yeah, here we go. Unfortunately, of course, doesn't matter how much worker score we get, as we have 4 out of 4 relationships. And that means that we won't be able to, like, determine, hey, Muscovy, why don't you become a vassal of ours? So that's not a thing. I'm just gonna try and block Muscovy. That's all that this war is about. And after that, we're gonna have to see what we can do. Okay, so Muscovy did get that little piece of terrain, but we are going to go into this little province, take down this 2-stack, and we are sieging both the other fortresses. So most war score should come from us, and I am not giving them a darn lickety split of the area that I'm sieging, hopefully preventing them from taking a lot, because I don't know if this province back here at White Karelia, they can actually core, but then again they probably will, because it's attached to the White Sea, and they do have this Mezin province up here above Kolomogori, which we just sieged. So I guess they can core it. I mean, I think I can't. Let me just check. No, see, I can't determine them from, hey, why don't you become my vassal? I can only determine something like war operations, but that's not going to help because Muscovy's fleet is about to die out anyways. Yeah, Muscovy's fleet is already bigger than Novgorod's, which is one of the few powers in the beginning that Novgorod has over Muscovy. Being a merchant republic, they tend to have a decent fleet at the beginning, but they're way too small. So we'll let this army siege because that has siege cannons, has a better siege leader. This should fall down pretty quickly to us. 42%. That should be fine. So let's move down here because I still assume one day soon, maybe immediately after our peace ends, our truce ends with Muscovy, we are going to attack. But of course there are some other things brewing here in Europe. Prussia over here is dealing with some... Okay, those are just religious zealots, not doing much. But you can see that Lithuania has sieged the Teutonic Order, as I suspected. And I do want to consider possibly the other way Prussia as an ally, because they may seem small, but Prussia has a lot of good ideas that make their men fight way better than the numbers give you. There we go, siege it all down. Novgorod, let's see what the peace deal becomes. Hamburg is at war with Denmark and Norway, okay. Occupied by Lubeck. Muscovite conquest of Kolmogori. Novgorod will cede White Karelia to Muscovy as expected. And recede a lot of claims. That might not actually be good for us, because those claims would be good. But then again, Novgorod is still the primary nation of the Novgorodian culture, like this. Hey, but they did lose this one, that's weird. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how this works. But normally they are the primary culture, and that means that you can't really tell them to not get it, but maybe it would have been better if we immediately let Muscovy take everything. I don't know. Tit for tat, I say. We should be able to handle it nonetheless. For the Orthodox faith, sure. Kazan's opinion of us improves, which is good because it's a vassal of ours. Let's combine the armies, and voila, we can stand everything in our grand capital of Smolensk. That was 2.28 inflation. Yeah, that was pretty good. Hit that button. I'm probably way too late on that. Sweden, how are you? No, you're not doing well. You're being rebel seats, but I'm more interested in Denmark. And Denmark hates me, but Sweden kind of loves me now. Nowadays, now that we're no more rivals, but they have 6k manpower. That's not really a good ally. We're gonna 14k also isn't that impressive, to be honest. But the good thing about it being allied to Prussia, of course, is that it lies to the north of Bohemia, and Bohemia is a juicy target who just took a lot of Poland. Because if we can vassalize Poland, then we can give a lot of terrain back. Let me see here. Offer vassalization. Nope, I own core provinces, so it's completely bogus. And we don't have a war goal. Well, then let's build a spy network immediately to get that done. And Austria also hates Bohemia, so even if Austria is the emperor, we can still attack without Austria protecting them. So it's kind of nice. And Prussia at the north, me at the east. And Bohemia could, well, die between us. And that's actually kind of good, because Bohemia in this particular set of the game is really large, having taken a lot of Poland, because, well, we actually took Lithuania, they took Poland. But yeah, there is still this Holy Roman Empire war that's going to happen. Austria, being the leader of the Catholic League, means that, well, we are going to be called into the Catholic League, and on the... Hey, Ottomans is actually a member here. Yeah, I'm doing a disaster after report as if I'm still there. Come on. But yeah, with the Ottomans included on the Catholic side, I think we have a fighting chance. And I'm going to be called in. And Muscovy, in case you didn't know yet, they actually are on the side of Sweden, except the demand. Okay. That's annoying, because I kind of had hoped that White Karelia would revolt back to Novgorod, but now they have access. Because Sweden was like, nope, we don't want war. The disadvantage of allying Sweden also is that they still have Novgorodian cores. And Prussia doesn't have that problem. Great Britain hates us, which would be another thing, but yeah. As soon as we have a diplomatic slot, I think that is Prussia that we're gonna go for. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, because Muscovy is on the Protestant side, we are going to be called into a war against Muscovy. Now, I don't know if our war is going to be ahead of that, or if the peacetime ends up and we can do it ourselves, or in the meantime, we will be called into that war, and if we can get something out of it, because of course we won't be the war leader. And France here also isn't going to really be an ally of mine. France's opinion about Ryazan, minus 1,000. But even if I can get rid of that, there was like minus 22 for army strength, minus 20 for fleet strength. There's no way they're going to ally. So Prussia is the only reasonable ally versus Bohemia, and even perhaps versus Muscovy. They're close enough that they might do that. Yeah, I would like to get a certain amount of terrain from Muscovy in order to perhaps cut off a little bit that we could. While still giving Muscovy, Novgorod, which I assume is going to be our vassal, because even if they are destroyed, do remember that Luki is the one with the fort here, up here, of my armies, is a core of Novgorod. We took that earlier. My combat width is 25, so this is okay, but 2 more would be probably better to have some men in reserve. And we're going on speed 5 because we have other things to do than just sit around and wait. These churches aren't really great. Perhaps there are other things I can do here, because that's plus 6.2. Yes, the churches are 0.11 for 95, but if you do that times 5 is 0.55. 0.62 is more, so this is a better deal. This is how I calculate it. Maybe there are actually even behind the scenes bonuses because your productivity will go up or something like that. Hey, Lithuania, you no longer have siege to Memel. Oh boy. Is the Teutonic War going wrong? A call to arms. Circassia, no, I'm not fighting the Ottomans. Sorry, that is a breaking of the alliance of mine. I apologize, but I'm not fighting the Ottomans. Yeah, that is actually a good way to get rid of an alliance that has no more benefit for us. I mean, Circassia it was nice having a little ally there, and they did help us against the Great Horde, for instance, but now I don't think that is worth it. The Ottomans have 122 troops. I am nowhere near that number. There is going to be... One day we're going to have to war the Ottomans. But I hope that will only be after we form Russia and get the Russian ideas. But I'm not certain if that's going to be the moment the Ottomans allow us to. Because I believe they want some of my provinces. And let's in the meantime fabricate a claim on Lithuania. So that we have the opportunity to attack them again. Oof. Podlasia has not accepted culture. That's painful. And the other ones, they all had bad events, which is what is disallowing me to convert those provinces. For here, instance, religious zeal, minus 100%. Where's the other one? Brest. Yeah, that had the minus 25, which means that it doesn't matter if it's minus 25 or minus 100. It means it's impossible. So I really don't know why they made such a difference. And Pinsk we just did. Brest, Podolia, and Podlasie we can do. And Podolia is a seat of power of strong nobility because our consort comes from that area, so we can't convert that as well. Okay. And yes, of course, I'm stationing here my armies in order to be ready to attack Poland whenever we are ready. Well, at least he has 5 maneuver. I mean, that's not a good general, but at least he has 5 pips in something. There we go. Fabricated a claim on Poland. And we can immediately declare war. Let's do that. Boom. This should be an easy peasy lemon squeezy war. And once we get them as a vassal, I think we're fine. And no, I'm not gonna call an assault because 5 artillery bonus plus 5. I think we have 6 cannons in this army, so we're getting the full bonus. They have 1k troops, so they can siege down 1 province, but apparently they are stuck in indecision. Oh, now they stopped. Hopefully we get the siege this time. Yeah, nice. Then they won't even siege us down. In fact, they can't, because now they have 900 men. Oh, that was a short war. Well, the Ottomans won. Big surprise. Super peace. And suggest demands. We want you to revoke all these claims on us. So that we won't have any core from you anymore. That would be pretty good. Do we want Memel out of it? I don't think we need that, because if Lithuania doesn't take it, that's fine. And they do, of course, on Bohemia, of course. I wonder if you can hear that dog in the background. There's like a dog in the background. I'm sorry, by the way, for those few seconds of silence. I was clearly listening to the dog and being distracted. But yeah, if we can do this... Wait a second, if I do this, I could also force religion on them, for instance. As well as reparations, getting a lot of money. I wonder what they have else. I can't remember if I vassalized them in this war or not. I don't know why I'm being so slow with deciding here, though. That's the weird thing of an after-action report, right? I can't remember exactly what was going on in my head, and I know the outcome. So I'm a little bit like, come on, dude, do it. I'm almost wondering, like, is that also what you guys always think? Like, dude, you're going so slow. I know, I'm genuinely confused. Like, I know Lithuania's claims, so... I don't see how that deals with the peace deal with Poland. I mean, the problem, of course, is if we make Poland now a vassal, it will eat up... We will have one diplomatic slot too many. Because we still have a merit with Circassia. And getting rid of them, of having all these claims. A little bit of money, a little bit of war reparations. And give up all your claims and force religion. If we do this, then at least they are Orthodox already. And we won't get a huge penalty for doing that when they're our vassals. So I guess we're going to vassalize them in another war, or make Bohemia spit them out later. Because hey, there's a good chance that Bohemia will wage war upon them as well. Soon. So let's go towards Muscovy, because we know that is going to be our next big war target. Lithuania has resieged Mole. And apparently they are guaranteed by Denmark, but Denmark is currently having a lot of rebels. Rebel. It's interesting to see, by the way, that a lot of Polish territory is Protestant, as you saw there for a moment. Just a short moment, there was like a lot of it, and there you go. Proving relations, they're actually positive opinion of us. But they just don't trust us now for an alliance and for vassalization. I can't really blame them. Now, if we don't get... I know once again what I've done back in the day. The problem of an after-action report. But I don't remember the exact following order I did things. I wonder if Sweden is... Well, there is the Great War. Call to arms, Austria, your faithful allies requesting that you come to their aid in the War of the Protestant League against Prussia, which is a bit annoying because we kind of want them on our side. And more importantly, against Muscovy. So this is our great moment to shine. If we can beat Muscovy here and can get some terrain out of it, we would win. Basically, for us. If I would actually prefer Austria to win, because if the Catholic League side wins, there's a good chance that Austria will remain emperor constantly. And if it changes, so that anyone can be an emperor, a lot of Protestant nations are going to vote for Protestants, for instance. Oh, there's 15k Polish separatists here. That could be nice. Wait. What is Hungary doing? Are you destroying the rebellion, or are you coming up to me, or are you going towards Prussia? I don't know. I mean, I had attached there, but let's just wait for a moment, because I don't really... Oh, no. Oh, Bohemia is being held by Hungary. What the heck is that dance? Okay, now they've decided both to do this. So, unfortunately, the Polish separatists, who had quite a few people... are being held by Hungary. What? The Ottomans are over here. Hello. Let me go to Moscow. Because I really want that. But I'm too late, so I'm not sure if it's going to be given back to me. That is not something I expected back in the day when this happened. I know the Ottomans are in this war. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that the Ottomans are up in here helping us is very interesting. And so yeah, in this moment I'm doing something kind of funny. The more... This is a trick that you can learn. I mean, I'm not a great player at EU4, but I do know a few tricks of EU4. Podolia becomes Orthodox. That's very nice, because we can change the religion here. Because of the powerful seat. And now we have it. And yeah, the autonomy is rising there like crazy because of all the wars we are in. Siege of Moscow won, and they gave it to us. And that's because we have flagged it as being very important to our nation. As Austria has no state here, no stake at all in this upper region, it is quite a big chance that whenever you flag it as being heavily important in a side of a war, that a ally will give it to the one that has it as flagged as important. So the only disadvantage of flagging a lot of things as important is that people become very angry with you. Oh no, Muscovy will become angry with us. Like, Muscovy isn't angry already with us. So we get 2% war score as well from just having this particular siege well, given to us. So we might be able to make demands, which would be awesome. Absolutely perfect. But I also would sometimes advise against that. Right now, if we would siege all of Muscovy, if we would be able to do that, Austria would piece them out. Austria likes us. Austria thinks of us as their big bro. So I think it is a smart idea to let Austria peace out, because they can get a lot better peace deal than we can. Yeah, probably should take that. Minus 10% versus 14 is 4% up. That's not that bad. There we go. Allowing us to have more states, which still focusing on that state that Kazan also partially has. And there, the Ottomans are fighting Muscovy. And you can see the power of the Ottomans. They've crossed into Badlands. They have about equal men, but the Ottomans are just beating the poop out of them. As I'm coming down here to consider aiding in the siege of Prussia. Another interesting war ally, by the way, in this war is Great Britain. Great Britain is our ally, and that's probably because France is in it. But I haven't seen them move troops yet, so that is a bad thing. Oh, and I just noticed for now, Castile just joined the Protestant League. Oopsie daisy. But yeah, here we have the Ottomans, we have Great Britain, we have Austria, we have us, they have Portugal. Which is interesting, because that broke the alliance between them. Yeah. Now small alliances only. They have France, they have Castile. So basically the southwestern corner of Europe is in the Protestant League, with the exception of Britain. And the central and southwestern section is in the Catholic League, with the exception being Muscovy, although you can't really consider Muscovy, of course, part of Europe. At that point. Well, we've got the claim on Lithuania. Was a little slow on that, actually. And let's talk to Muscovy. I actually want to build a spy network here, because should Austria be so kind as to grant us Pskov, Kolm, or any of those provinces, we can immediately fabricate on the province right above Pskov here, and then we can attack them. Ingermanland, apparently is. Or Ingmerland? I don't know where to put the emphasis. Once again, butchering names is a thing I think every YouTuber does that plays strategy games in a certain setting. Our marriage with Kazan has ended. Okay, well, too bad. Oh, revolt. That is a little less. I also instantly got that, but then again, we're playing also at a high speed. The Ottomans are still sending in more troops. Hey, they give this to Austria. In that case, let me do the trick again. Let me flag everything of Muscovy as important to me. And here, these ones I can't do because this province is already of vital interest to a war ally. Which, in this case, and I didn't realize at the moment, is actually my vassal, Kazan. So that's interesting. So let's flag more of Muscovy to be mine. As the Ottomans are helping us destroy Muscovy. This feels... The 30-year League War is always very interesting here. And by the way, I can now unflag it once it's been given to me. That I don't want it. And I do this because I don't want it to give that province to me randomly in a peace deal. So yeah, we're basically going to try and siege a little bit of Prussia here, trying to help out with the war. Nope. I noticed there that I'm sending everyone, and I didn't notice during the gameplay. I am well aware of that one. Yeah, so give it to us, we can give it away, not give it back because we have control of it. We determine who has it. Voila. Not wanting to have that flagged because we don't want to be randomly given to that. We have very specific things that we want them to give to us. I am considering building here 2 troops in order to siege more of these lands in the south. Randomly, but then I noticed, nah, you know what, this is useless because there are so many Ottomans already here. Let the Ottomans siege it, and let the Ottomans do the heavy lifting on this side. And here I notice, while I'm also getting Novgorod itself, and going for Pskov, that, oopsie daisy, I have everybody here. That was not the idea. Lithuania once again taking Memel. That's been going back and forth a few times. But they clearly do not have access for Prussia, so they can't really finish off the Teutonic Order, because the capital of the Teutonic Order is in Tuchel, if I pronounce that correctly. I'm trying to give it like a bit of a German spin. Because Teutonic Order being German, but yeah. And we can't hold all the troops here, so let's not suffer attrition needlessly. And get to an area where we can. So let's look over here. This is a lot of enemy troops. That is over 100. Yeah, that's about 160,000 enemy troops. Oh boy, and it seems like Austria is going for a battle or something. I mean, there's still 20,000 troops in Austria itself, although they're being led by Switzerland. But yeah, I'm not getting a lot of war score. So I doubt that I can really make a claim, a demand a victory. And here you can see Kasimov being given to Kazan. Oh, I thought I had... Oh yeah, I have pushed him to Podlasie, only that I hadn't finished yet that particular move. It's a bit dangerous, leaving 9k alone to siege, but the good thing, of course, is if you siege down the war leader, their war enthusiasm will go down very quickly. So I see that as a bonus thing. Yeah. Those armies got trounced. There's 50,000 over there, though, and then there's 15 and 25. There's still like 100k also of Austria nearby, but if it's 150 versus 100, I don't think that even Austria's great efforts can help a lot. So let me just detach a few guys, siege Muscovy faster, so that at least Muscovy will be out of the ballpark. And maybe it also gives us a few more troops to help down in the south, because I am interested in doing this. Hey, Ottomans even taking care of the rebellion for us. Wonderful Ottomans. Still no ships to, of course, help with that siege. And it's currently at a minus 42%. Yay. Oh well. It is what it is. Huh? Some forts are very powerful, and it's not surprising that Prussia has a lot of strong forts. I'm a little surprised, though, that where the Ottomans are going at the moment. They're all in the east now. Hey, I apparently didn't flag Gaelic. Just give that to me. Thank you very much. I find it so funny that you can easily do this, because it aids you so much. And like, hey, sure, I want control of this area. But maybe we should stop these three little guys from sieging provinces of mine, because the less war exhaustion I'm picking up, the better it is for me. But they're already moving back, so Guess it's not going to be a big problem. Sure, we'll take the stack as well. It's only minus 5% in total, because minus 10 of being behind time, and minus 15 from the institution penalty. Should be fine. But yeah, this is going to be a large war. We're not going to be done in this episode. I hope you enjoyed with this after action report, and I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty. And in this case, hopefully the destruction of Muscovy.